Welcome back, guys, to another video. This one is a bit different. I will be rating my old art on a scale of 1 to 10 from things I did good and things I didn't do good. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, or if you are thinking it, you were supposed to have a new video to us earlier, weren't you, Autumn? Weren't you? Yeah, I was supposed to have 2 to you. I am fairly close to finishing them. I have Cat Theory 3, which I have to only draw 2 more cat drawings before I can post. And I have a, my own art edit. I spent a lot of time on it. I just have to finish the last panel and we'll be done, and I can post it. Let's get right to it. First up, I believe this one was one of my first jumps into anatomically correct bodies, or more anatomically correct bodies. I made a huge jump with adding a background and the amount of coloring I used, even though it's not that impressive per se. It was a lot for me, and I considered it a lot. Beginning artists tend to consider, like, no shading a lot. Kind of like, I was thinking, like, certain people who can't take spice, they'll consider salt and pepper a lot. Her eyes were fairly pretty-ish, you know. Her hair was a little basic, but also, you know, kind of pretty. I used the typical black shading airbrush on a lower opacity that all beginner artists use typically, except on the shorts, the red heart, and her hair, and her eyes. So out of 10, I would rate this a 4.5. It was impressive, but not too impressive. This is the second piece I will be rating. I was very proud of this one because of the outfit. I made it all myself. Now, the background is pretty, but it also kind of hides the imperfections. That's a lot more hairless, isn't it? You can see my flaws more easily, even if you could see them originally. So that hand, that was not impressive. That was really not good. The hair is cute, but her face it's less human face shape than my last one, which is a downgrade. I did like the shirt top right there where the straps go on, it going up and kind of waving at the bottom. That belly piece, don't know what was going on there along with her shorts. That does not look good. The pose looks a little stale. Overall, I would rate this like a 3.5. Now for the third one. This one was a major downgrade. His head is squished into his body because that's his shoulder right there. Not good. His hair isn't even fully done right there. That's also not good. The background is beyond kind of basic, and the stars are just placed randomly. The belt is airbrushed in, and the hands are literal blobs, basically. You can't see the details. The only thing I could compliment were the hair strands and the hair coloring, even if it was a little basic, and maybe that ball in the background. This was really not good comparatively for the other ones that I did. So this one will give it a 3 because I was trying something new, you know, trying to go into no line art kind of thing, or like barely line art, and that was scary. So 3. I believe this was around the same time as the other ones. This was in 2019, and I think the other ones were too. So this was a huge jump from my original stuff. The background was a little basic, but the main focus was her. The ears look really pretty along with the lashes. There's more definition in the hair and the strands, even in the back. The blood leaking down, even if it's a basic color, not really blood ready. It was a nice effect, and the teeth, I didn't really do teeth like that, and the lips, that was a huge jump for me. So the shading is also better. You can see I started using warmer tones. You should use warmer tones when you're drawing with skin color. There are very few instances where you should not. So this one was more impressive. I will give this a 5.5. Fairly impressive considerably. This one was a redraw of it a year later, 2022. Her fingers, comparatively, are small. Look at them to her mouth. Look at the size of them. Those are so small. Her lashes are alright. Her face looks like it's supposed to be leaning over, but it's not, I don't think. Her hair is okay. Not really strands coming off like last time, kind of a down improvement, but also there's more hair strands in the middle right there. I was definitely getting better with skin shading, at least, and trying to be more confident in my strokes. She lost her teeth, so I'm going to rate this like a 6.5. It was not too groundbreaking. This one was in the same year, like, 2020. Yeah, definitely. This was in 2020. So the hands are definitely getting better, along with the poses. It feels much more lively. There is more definition in the skirt and the waving of it to the wind that would be slightly blowing on it. Her shoes are really cute, and her feet, that was a nice design. The hair strands are coming off, that looks really nice. Her eyes pretty. Her teeth are okay, and her lips are okay. It looks a lot better zoomed out. I kind of worked on the background, but the main focus was her, so it doesn't matter that the background's not too impressive. Overall, I would give her like a 7. I liked her a lot. This one, I believe, was also in like 2020 or 2021. It was around that time mark. The hair is nice. I wasn't really trying to go strandy out, even though I should have. The eyes needed to be closer together. Her face is a little blobby-like. Her hair up there needed to be more behind the head and not whatever it's doing. She looks very anorexic. Now the shading is good, and I put so much effort into these scales. You would not believe how much effort I put into those. The hand is fairly okay. I loved the concept of it. Those gold bars right there, those were the most impressive part. They don't look impressive over there, but you can see the details up close. I love the concept I was going for and the clouds. Overall, it's a good piece, but it's nothing too special. So I would rate it like a 6.5 or 7. I really love the galaxy background though. This was also around the 2021 era, I believe. She's okay. Her eyes stand out way too much from the skin. The shading on it makes her skin look really blurry comparatively to the eyes that do not match. She's not an elf. Her ear is way too high. The strands needed to be slightly blurred so they didn't look so out of place. Now, the bottom half, I love. I love the shirt, I love the shading, I love the folds, I love the cubes flowing on the shirt, and you can slightly see the coat down there. I worked fairly hard on that. The concept is really cool. In terms of face, I would rate it like a 6. In terms of body, I'm going to rate it a 7. I really love the body. This one was another concept design I was doing. Party Crasher IO from Paladins. IO from Paladins. Champions of the Realm. So her hair is really pretty. That's the highlight of the piece, along with like the crystals on the weapon down here. Those were a highlight. And the tail was fairly good. Other than that, the color choice was not good. There was hardly any differentiation. It all kind of blurs together a bit. The background was really impressive because I was drawing people in the background that were from the Party Crasher group I was doing. Her shoes are pretty cool, but that does not look very dog-like. I do not do good animals. Her mouth is okay, her teeth are okay, her eyes are okay. Her nose needs a little help. I would rate this like a 7. Another Party Crasher from my series of Party Crashers. This was Maeve, which is who my account's based off of. Her hair was really well done. Her face looks a little off. The bell was really nice. I love the hand and the glove right there. I loved the corset that I did right there. Now granted, the wibble magic part thingy kind of makes the corset a little hard to see. Her skirt's really large. Her tail's okay, pretty cute. I love the shading on her thighs down there though. Overall, I'd probably rate this a 7.5. This one was my best out of the Party Crasher series, in my opinion. The background is pretty okay, but I love the speaker on her weapon, The hair looks really good up close, and is okay up close. Her face was probably the most normal, even if a little off. I loved the reflectiveness of her coat, although I did not get that across too well because the entirety of her outfit looks reflective, but it's not. The coat is reflective. So I love the folds. I was really going out there with the folds and the shading on the skin. Her thighs, I had good detailing on her shoes. Not the best crystal look, but it was really pretty and I was really proud of this piece. I would rate this like a 9 or an 8.5. 9. This one was probably getting closer to 2022 to 2023. I worked fairly hard on the sunflowers. Most of the ones in the back were copy and pasted around because who wants to draw all of those sunflowers? But her skirt, you can see I was trying to put some details in there and I loved the waviness of it. Her hand was fairly well done, even if not the most amazing in details. And her pose was fairly lively. I loved the shading on the shirt and the wrinkles. Those were really good. The fact you can see through the hair was really impressive. And her face was okay in anatomy-wise. You could also see through the hat, and I loved that. And the bow was okay, you know, fairly cute. Overall, I would probably rate this a 9.5. Rating. 3. 4.5 for details. Closer to like a 3.5. Like a 4. This was actually one of my first finished digital pieces. I rate it like a 4.5. Or rate it like a 3.5. Or rate it like a 3. Rate it like a 4. It's funny. Rate it like a 4.5 for details. Or rate it like a 2.5. Or rate it like a 3.5. Or rate it like a 3. Or rate it like a 2.5. Or rate it like a 2, can't even see it. Or rate it like a 3. Or rate it like a 2, can't even see it. Or rate it like a 3. Or rate it like a 2. No, 3. 3. Alright, that's going to conclude for my rating of my old art. You can comment if you would like to see me maybe redraw some of those. I probably wouldn't put a huge amount of effort into redrawing them. I'd probably make it a more basic style, like maybe just line art and soft shading. Like, let me give an example. Just something a little more basic like this, or that. That would be the extent of it. If you would like to see me redraw any of those, just comment, and maybe I'll do it. I might make a video of me speedrun drawing it. Anywho, thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of my old art. Every artist starts somewhere, and even if you're like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, it's never too late to start. And everyone has a different skill level. Please don't be discouraged, and don't compare yourself to others who have years or however long of experience understand things better. Compare yourself to your old self, or like me. If I compared myself to my old self, I would say I've improved a whole lot. And I think everyone has the potential. If you want to pursue it, pursue it. If you don't, and you find it painful to continue, or you don't have the time, that's okay. It's not for everyone. Or if it doesn't make you happy, it's not for everyone. I hope you all have a good day. I will be seeing you later. This is Autumn, signing off.